Our next section looks at leadership style on page 186, and this is how power can be viewed in different cultural groups. Some cultural groups believe in high power distance, and other cultures believe in low power distance. So this is how power is viewed in terms of in the cultural groups. High power distance is when an organization feels they function when they can see differences in power, such as that we do have a boss and they assign us these different responsibilities, and that bosses should act like bosses and workers should act like workers. Therefore, the roles and responsibilities are clearly defined. In low power distance is when an organization feels you should see your boss as your colleagues, and there should be equal participation of rules in terms of equal roles as well in the business setting. Please read through the examples on page 187. Next in this section is because of how power can be viewed in a business setting. This is going to have different behavioral expectations and can lead to conflict later if people don't understand what has been expected of them in terms of high or power distance there. So it does depend on how that culture views power distance, and this can get in the way of communication in the workplace and create conflict. We end off this section by moving to those challenges that can be experienced in the business context. So we briefly just talked about how some countries can view high and low power differently and how this can get in the way depending on what country you live in or what organization you work in and how they adapt to that leadership style. And now in the next section, we'll be looking at the communication challenges that can occur, such as the work-related values. Let's get started on that work.